Hey everyone, welcome back to the Citadel. Now, you're probably noticing that something is different. So, let's just say that once again. Oh, excuse me. Let's just say that once again I went a little mod crazy. I was going through the selections and options of mods and I was just like, "Huh, okay, that seems interesting." And I just kind of kept adding more to the mod library, and some of them just seemed like decent quality of options, and I just looked at them more closely and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I started thinking about how some of these seemed like a good idea, so I started to implement them. So let's just say I got, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off to you because I know some of you are like, "Oh, what mods are you using?" I already read quite a few of the mods, but I'll go through them again. So just to recap, when it comes to the mods I'm using for this, by the way, this does not include the some of the texture mods that I added, which is a there's a Cerberus retrofit mod, which, as you have seen, has changed the Cerberus troops to actually look more like how they should have been looking before in the previous games. And there's also the one that changes how FemShep looks. That's why she looks a little different in this game. That's available for all three games, by the way. Yeah, there's a few other texture ones that are just simply not listed here because they don't list it in the mod manager for Mass Effect. So the ones I have in the mod manager library, a lot of videos. This is just for Mass Effect 3, by the way. This doesn't include the ones I added for the previous two games, which you may see when we go through this again doing a Renegade run. Admiral Darozen restored, because apparently there was a bug where she was not added as a war asset. That fixes that. All bonus powers. Allow extra talent points. Ashley's date fixed. The Automous Happy Ending mod. Better camera. That's the one you're seeing right now where it actually lets me select what FOV I want to use. I thought, let's go ahead and do this one. So you can just see how much more backed up it is, where it just feels like it's not right on Shepard's back, where you can actually... I like to be able to know what's behind me. So I want to try this out. If I don't like it, I can always, when I reapply it, I can just change the FOV. It's really simple, actually. Cerberus retrofit. Oh, okay, I guess that was in the library one, I suppose. The character consistency project. Classic armors. I have many more armors added to this. Basically, the classic armors from the first game, I can now pick up here in this game as well. The collector's cabin. Disable bloom and vignette remover patch. So there's no longer going to be any weird glare on the lights. I had that for this game, but it was available for all three, so I decided to go ahead and grab that. Dreams, wear casual and or move faster. So we won't have to run in slow motion in those dreams with the kid anymore. We can actually just quickly go through that and wear casual, because I always thought it was silly that she was wearing armor for that. EGM armors for Legacy Edition 3. The Expanded Galaxy mod. FemShep versus BroShep. Duel of the Shepherds. Fish plus Kelly. Geth retrofits. That'll be interesting to see when we get to the Rannoch stuff. Harbinger overhaul mod. You've already seen that. Immersive emails. The community patch and framework. Opening remaster. Manai visual glitch. I didn't notice, but there was apparently a visual glitch in the background that I just never really noticed before. This fixes that. Metallic armor tints. Extra armor tints for the, extra tints for the armor, I should say. It changes the Cerberus Harrier assault rifle that I've been using to an N7 Harrier. Just a simple little fix like that. N8 weapons remix. This apparently was done by someone who is a veteran of the multiplayer. New armors for FemShep in this game. No Reapers and max scan range. Unfortunately, that is still not working because of how it conflicts with another mod called Unlimited Sprint. Hopefully that'll get fixed at some point by the Expanded Galaxy mod when they hopefully get that working at some point. Omega Interrupt for all tech classes. So I showed this in my original run because I was an engineer, that there was a special interrupt you could do only as an engineer to resolve the situation. I always thought it was silly that somehow the Infiltrator and the Sentinel were not capable of doing that as well. I get why the engineer could do it, but the other tech classes should be able to do it as well. An infiltrator can't hack that like an engineer can? Come on. So there was also one for all the classes, but I thought it would be silly if my Vanguard was tech efficient, you know? Anyways. Optional flirty mod. Oriana looks like Miranda's twin. Padme's cabin and apartment additions. Phantom introduction mod. Thane's prayer book. Removed shared cooldown. So, how many of you hate the global cooldown stuff in games like WoW and wish all the powers had their own individual cooldown? I believe that's how it was in the first game, and they decided to add a shared global cooldown for your powers in these games. That fixes that. Restore 3-stage melee. Apparently there was I don't actually remember this, but there was a chain melee attack you could do, and they removed it for this one. Or apparently it was bugged. This fixes that. Safely skip the conversations. Samara's new armor. Security scan skip. Sensible stores. Shepard can agree with Anderson. Shepard movement animation replacer. Silent trainer, though she hasn't been very silent, I don't think it's working. Spectre expansion mod. TMSB, which stands for Total Military Strength Boost. Basically, you can add an extra fleet to the war assets, and you can change the value of that. It can be something as small as 250, and it can be as high as 5,000. So if you're trying to make sure you get the best ending for the total amount of war assets, that's a simple little fix, and you can change it basically whenever you want. Just change the value, or even outright remove it. Make it worth nothing. Take Earth back, unlimited sprint, unrestricted weapon upgrades, vignette remover, and Wired Texans improved scanning. I don't know if all of these are working, because like I said, there are a couple that conflict with each other, like the scan and no Reapers thing, but, anyways. I'm sure this is going to take some you getting used to actually having this camera this far back, right? It's taking me a moment to have to get used to it, but it's kind of interesting getting this different kind of perspective.
All proceeds from today's purchases go toward the Turian war effort.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
I really appreciate management doing it. My husband's away on duty right now.
Oh, you're bonded with a Turian?
No, actually, my husband's a Krogan.
Oh. Well, that's great. I just hope he knows which ones to fight.
Excuse me?
Oh, I didn't... I just...
My husband is risking his life to protect us right now.
I'm so sorry. That was thoughtless and... I'm so sorry.
No, I understand. Sometimes I'm surprised myself. Anyway, would you like to make a purchase?
Yes, of course. Anything for our troops.
So, you guys know who this is. I told you about it before in the last part. It's time to give her the really sad news.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. You need to hear this.
Oh, blue rose of Ilium. If these humble words reach you, then I have joined my ancestors.
No.
My dream was to be by your side, a weed beside your beauty, twining together in the warm Tachanka sun.
Oh, Char.
But if my last days must be with Krant instead of kindness, still I will remember the perfume of your scent and the soft touch of your petals. Let my broken bones build a wall around your garden, so you and the flower we planted together can grow safe and strong.
Thank you. I need to go.
That gets me. Oh, that gets me. And it's mainly just... People can say what they want about this game, but there are times where the voice acting is just so good. And I don't know about you, but did you hear the emotion in her voice? That was some good voice acting, in my opinion. She sounded devastated hearing these final words, realizing that her husband, and as Char hinted at in that poem, the child that they had together, the father of her child, was now gone. Ugh. Knowing when I made the connection and realized that this was that couple that I encountered in the previous game, because one, I had helped set them up, so they actually ended up getting married and having children, and then to find out that that was him I found at the Rachni mission, and that got me. Just little moments like that are moments I appreciate in this game.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Do these look familiar? I told you guys. The classic armors from the previous game, they're here. Also, you'll also notice this is here. I remember how I mentioned one of those mods was kind of like, hey, guess what? You don't have to wait. Well, basically it made it where you can be able to get some of these without having to wait to actually get to the end game. So now we can actually be able to acquire probably every weapon that there is to acquire without having to go through certain stages of the story in order to first unlock them. And I just love the idea that we're still getting the classic armors from the previous game. There's the Faceton.
See our extranet site for details. Professional grade equipment at reasonable price. Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Ah, the Predator armors.
Please obey all local.
Some of the better endgame armors you could get back in the first game. So that's one reason that we need to come back to the Citadel, was to deliver that heartbreaking message. I'm trying to remember what is the other thing that we need to take care of while we were here. By the way, apparently this is in a system I just can't get to right now, so whatever.
Man, you look horrible. Thinking of going to Sanctuary?
You look worse than I do.
I thought you were looking at the ad.
I think we may need to just go ahead and head back. Because for one thing, we need to go to Benning and find out what happened to that that guy's son.
It's so impersonal. He's off risking his life. He deserves more than that. I could report something, but I hate leaving this.
Welcome to Kanala Exports.
At Kanala Exports, we believe that a peaceful heart is a strong heart.
I'm not really intending to use these,
Combine arsenal supply.
but it's just nice to have them available as an option.
Any opened goods can only be returned for store credit.
So yeah, I think that since we need to, because I can't remember what else we need to actually do on the Citadel at the moment.
Commander, you've got a new message at your private terminal.
From Tally. Hang in there, Shepard. You can do it. Ready to get back to the action, but it was nice to take a moment on the Citadel. I'm sorry, what? Wait a minute. Okay, I think we should not be getting messages like this from Tally just yet. Okay, those we should not be getting right now. I think that might be a bug. Yeah, we should not have that right now. Alright, we're gonna go do that Benning mission to try and find his son, but before we do that, I'm going to head down to the shuttle bay and look at the shops and upgrade stuff, and then we will head to the mission. So I'll be right back.
Shepard, Cerberus strike squads have infiltrated one of the major cities on Benning. Initial reports indicated they were recruiting civilians, but further investigation suggests that the people are being taken against their will.
For what purpose?
Unknown. We sent a recon team to investigate, and the Cerberus squads reacted by targeting civilians in public facilities. Officially, Cerberus is denying responsibility and condemning the action. They're either lying, or we're dealing with a rogue faction.
And innocents are caught in their crosshairs.
Exactly. Secure the area so we can establish a rescue lifeline to the rest of the city.
Approaching the drop point, Commander.
Copy that, Lieutenant.
The people down there are counting on you, Commander. Hack it out.
Fielding an avalanche of civilian SOS requests, Commander. The bulk are concentrated on the upper street. Cerberus forces are pinning them down. You better hurry.
On my way. Keep me updated.
Roger that.
You guys can't see it from here, or maybe you can if you look closely. You can see the N7 there on the rifle now, compared to the Cerberus logo before. It's a little thing, but to me it makes sense. Like, I think any weapon here that had Cerberus stuff, they would have redone to put either Alliance or N7 stuff. At least N7 stuff for the, you know, the weapons that Shepard specifically uses. Nemo, if you can read this, stay away from the taxi stand. That place is crawling with Cerberus soldiers. Ellie. To anyone reading this, don't trust Cerberus. They're taking people against their will. Just run, whatever you do. Don't look back. Run! That's his son.
Upper streets are clear. Hold on, Commander.
What is it, Lieutenant?
I'm tracking civilians fleeing the city with Cerberus troops right behind.
Where are they?
Updating your nav point. You can intercept them there.
Gotta double time it.
Wait, does this feel different seeing it with this different camera?
We die together.
Reinforcements are here.
Try to stay calm.
What?
What should we do?
Just stay down.
Commander, more Cerberus troops are heading your way. If you can hold the line there, it'll give the civilians time to escape.
You heard him. We hold here.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to hit you there. I'm trying to see if I can do that chain melee thing. Whatever. Rex is like, enough of that, Shepard. Yeah, that's how you do it. By the way, if you're also noticing that the weapons seem to either look or act differently, that's because of that N8 weapons mod I mentioned. Like I said, it was a mod that was designed by someone who said he was a Mass Effect multiplayer veteran that basically helped rebalance the weapons. Supposed to be like more accuracy, less recoil, more ammo capacity.
No hostiles detected in the immediate area, Commander. Reinforcements are moving in to secure the evac route.
Good work, everyone.
I'll pick you up at the LZ, Commander.
We're getting reports of continuing strikes against other cities on Benning.
Cerberus still denying responsibility?
Yes, and for once we're inclined to believe them. Gunning down innocent humans isn't their usual MO. Either way, the civilians down there have a chance now. We're solidifying a foothold and getting people out, then we'll move to liberating the rest of the planet.
I hope we can say the same for Earth.
One day, Commander. For now, we've got our work cut out for us. Carry on.
So let's see. So let me see if I can show you guys the it's not that. Oh wait, that's right. It's not supposed to show up until later. So it's supposed to be the Alliance 6 fleet, and it doesn't show up till later because the description, I believe, said that they were in space when the invasion hit, and they were told to hold back until the time was needed. And then when the call went out that they were going to head back to Earth, that's when they come back in full force to help out Shep and everyone else. So, we won't see them until later. Like, just when we're getting ready, they show up and are like, hey, we're here with what you need. After all, the intention of the mod is to help out those who, like, maybe lacking in certain war assets, and they're like, man, I just want to get my really good ending, I just don't have it yet.
I'd like to speak with you down in engineering.
Shepard, Specialist Trainer has discovered a weak signal being broadcast from a region close to the Citadel. After analyzing the signal, Specialist Trainer and I agree that it is a distress call. This would not normally warrant your attention, but there have been reports of pirates using distress calls as a tactic to raid passing ships. CZ claims that they do not have the men to spare to investigate. If you wish to look into this, then I will add the coordinates to the galaxy map. Acknowledged. Alright. So let's go down and talk to Adams.
So, Gabby, have you seen Edie's new body?
Oh, I knew this was coming.
I just mean, it's an amazing work of engineering. Elastic titanium silicon polymers, ultra-light harmonic phased power cells.
Mm-hmm.
And if she ever accidentally walks into a wall, there's just so much padding.
Ugh, I knew it.
Wish I were a wall.
You pretty much are, Kenneth.
I'm so sorry, Gabby.
You should go see Adams, Commander.
Commander, good news on the installation of that thermal pipe you got us.
It went right brilliant. Much better than we expected.
I told you it would.
It gets better. While interfacing through our EZO capacitors, our Miss Daniels here had an epiphany.
I thought we already had this talk.
She and Donnelly deduced some theoretical improvements to our capacitor design. Edie and I ran with it and documented our conclusions. Our core is too compact to apply our theories, but it could help the Crucible engineers. Give the word and I'll send the plans their way.
Do it.
Aye, aye.
Well done, everyone.
Send her aboard, Commander.
Commander?
Power grid is in the green.
No new upgrades there. Serpent Nebula. Interesting. Well, it's not marked. Well, before we deal with that... let's head back to the Citadel and let him know about his son.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I need to get to the embassies.
Yes, Commander.
But what I need... Have you found my son?
I found your son's body in the slums on Benning. He sacrificed himself to save his squad.
I see. Their guilt made them avoid me. They should feel honored by his sacrifice. I know that I do. Thank you, my friend.
The Volus home
I'm sorry.
Irun has fallen to Reaper forces. Volus refugees are reportedly fleeing to Turian colonies.
Alright, while we're here, let's go quickly check if there's anything new at the Spectre terminal. Oops, that's Bailey's office. Sorry, Bailey. Silly shepherd.
Spectre status recognized.
Coming up, looting and rioting in the
It'd be funny as if, this probably could be something someone could add in a mod, but after Ashley or Caden gets their Spectre status, it'd be kind of cool to actually see them in here. You know, that they're Spectre, so now they get access to this area. Just saying. The adult population have committed suicide in a bargain with the Reapers, trading their death for the safety of their children. Strangely, the Reapers appear to have stood by those terms and have left the Elcor caves alone. Despite the obvious risk of ambush, Ambassador Kaln of the Elcor has managed to enlist the support of 5 vessels for a rescue. The Enrarium, an ancient Turian dreadnought which was decommissioned just prior to the invasion. The Vanith, the first dedicated Asari fighter carrier, saw combat in the Battle of the Citadel. The Grand Mar, a luxury cruise liner that has been commandeered to carry refugees. The Ultan and Serun, 2 Elcor cruisers carrying heavy ordnance and BI fighter squadrons. However, diplomatic red tape has halted evacuation plans, and the Elcor delegation fears that the children in the colony will soon die. Spectre authorization would allow the rescue to go ahead, but it would undermine the authority of the Council in the process. I mean, they gave me this authority to do this, so they have a problem with it. Well, they're just going to have to deal with that. You know, we can deal with, yeah, there we go. Forces updated. We can deal with, you know, the political red tape and all that after the children are saved and alive. You know what I mean? Just saying. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on with this one right here. See if I can see if that's something I can do. If not, when we return, we will be going after this Turian platoon, try and get them out of trouble. Stay tuned.